couple years ago, I did a trip around New Orleans, focusing on, say, the Hurricane, the Ramos Gin Fizz, and the Sazerac. And I also later talked about the Vieux Carré. But I did forget one, unfortunately. Welcome back. And today, I'm going to create the A La Louisiane. Now, the A La Louisiane was named as such, and another name was known as the De La Louisiane. This used to be the house cocktail from the restaurant in New Orleans built in 1881, La Louisiane. So, makes sense to me. And it first shows up in print from Stanley Clisby Arthur's 1937 book, Famous Drinks of New Orleans and How to Mix Them. Now, there's some debate about Stanley's book. Reason being is because he was known to just make up a lot of stories. Most famously was the Sazerac, where he spoke about Antoine Peychaud, who was the creator of Peychaud's bitters, and how initially the Sazerac was made with cognac, and then rye became the liquor of choice because of I forget exactly what it was. I think it was like some sort of parasite or something that was eating grapes, so cognac wasn't really around or very not as plentiful as it was. Some say that's a bunch of BS. And so, as time went on, the A La Louisiane eventually began to fade into the sands of time. However, Jim Meehan, from the famous New York speakeasy P.D.T, for Please Don't Tell, actually brought back the A La Louisiane with the 2011 book, the P.D.T Cocktail Book. Makes sense to me, because obviously that was his bar at the time. This is very similar to a Manhattan and a Vieux Carré, because it begins with Rye Whiskey as well as Sweet Vermouth. However, it adds some more interesting products when you add Benedictine as well as Absinthe. So this could be rather fun. I've never had this, so let's make it. This is a stirred cocktail, which means grab a mixing glass. And to begin, I need 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. I need 3/4 of an ounce of Sweet Vermouth. I am using Carpano Antica formula. And now I need a 1/2 ounce of Benedictine Liqueur. They're really trying to play up the herbal notes that are within this type of drink. And now in this dash bottle, I need 3 dashes of Absinthe. I need 2 ounces of Rye Whiskey. Time to add some ice. Barspoon down. Give this a stir. This will be served in a Nick and Nora. Julep strainer down. Strain. The garnish on this would be a Luxardo Maraschino cherry, if you wish to do so. And this is an A La Louisiane. Cheers. Ooh. Ooh. It does remind me of a Manhattan, but the subtle addition of the anise from the absinthe, as well as the anise from the Peychaud's bitters, it adds a subtle sweetness to this. Unlike a Manhattan, which to me feels very dry, this adds a subtle sweetness, even though you do have the, quote, sweet vermouth. Sweet vermouth is still slightly bitter, but the absinthe and the Peychaud adds a subtle sweetness that helps balance this. A little bit. The rye notes, I don't get the rye from this. If I do, there it is. Right as you, pardon me, there it is. Right as you begin to swallow, you get the rye notes. You get the spice from the rye. And when I say spice, I don't mean like pepper or cayenne or anything like that. I'm talking like you get baking spices. Okay, just being like slightly on the nutmeg side or similar in that context. That comes in, it becomes herbal, but it doesn't go too far into herbal for me. This is a good cocktail. If you like Euchres, if you like Manhattans, try this. If you have the ingredients, if you have the absinthe, you have the Peychaud, you have the Benedictine. If you don't have them and you don't want to spend the money, that's fine. If you want to experiment, by all means, it just adds more to your bar. But for this is a nice cocktail. It's vibrant, but not too much. It's herbal, but it doesn't hit too much. No, this is a very good cocktail. Get there, as I said, you get herbal, you get some spice, but it doesn't go too far, where I feel a Manhattan does, and even a Euchre at times can. So no, this is a good cocktail. Highly recommend that you give it a shot. If you like the video, then please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share the video, please. If you want to use any of the barware that I use on my show, check down below. There's a link to kit.co, which has everything I utilize in my bar under the sun, aside from the alcohol, of course. They're all Amazon affiliate links, so that means you click the link, make a purchase of the item, I receive a bit of the kickback. It helps out the channel. Thank you in advance if you choose to do so. Find all my socials in the description below as well, and I am back to streaming. I will be streaming Saturday nights at 8 p.m. at what you see right here and in the links below. Hopefully I can see you there. We can talk about cocktails, talk about barware, talk about whatever, shoot the crap, and maybe have a game or two. Until next time, thank you for watching. I will be back real soon with another cocktail. This has been The Beginner's Bar.